Hi everyone, today I'm going to share with you a tutorial on Google Classroom. Google Classroom is something that we have available to us through Horry County Schools, and it's something that I think that we need to use more at MBE to improve our instruction. So today this tutorial is going to show you some different ways that you can use Google Classroom and how to set it up. So this tutorial is going to help you create your Google Classroom. I'm also going to show you how to invite students to join your class. I'm going to help you understand some of the Google Classroom tools and some of the terminology that they use. I'm going to show you how to add assignments, post questions, and post announcements for your students. And I'm also going to show you how Google Classroom can be used to promote social interactions between our students. But first you might ask, what is Google Classroom? It is a web-based online classroom environment that facilitates communication between teachers and students. And what's so incredible about Google Classroom is that it's all paperless, which we know that using paper is a big deal at our school, so this will definitely help us cut down on that. Using Google Classroom, teachers can post assignments, you can even post full work folders, and students can see announcements all in real time. And then students have the opportunity to reply to either you as the teacher or their other classmates using the comments tool, which we'll talk about in the tutorial today. And students can also submit all their work online. So if you wanted to have your students create a video or a song, they could submit that online, whereas in a traditional classroom, they wouldn't be able to just using paper and pencil. All right, well, now that we know a little bit about Google Classroom, let's go ahead and let's start the tutorial. Alright, I am already in my web browser, and up in the top search box, I'm going to type in classroom.google.com. This will take me to my Google Classroom page. Now, I am already logged in with my Google account, but if you are not, you will first be directed to log in, and then you will see your Google Classroom page. Now, as you can see, I'm already enrolled in a few classes. If you are as well, you'll see those here. But today, we're going to focus on creating your own class. So what we're going to do is go to the plus at the top of the screen and click on this. This gives you two options. You could either join a class or create a class. Today we will click on create a class. This will direct you to naming your class. To do this, just type in the name of your class. All that you need to do is create a class name. You do not need to include the section, subject, or room number unless you want to. When you're finished, click create. This is going to direct you to your Google Classroom page. Now, some parts of your Google Classroom page have been already created for you, such as at the top of the page, there will be an image. I'm going to show you how you can change this if it doesn't suit you. So, for example, this one has the robots, which I don't really like. So if we go to select theme, we can change the image. That would be something that would better suit you in your class. So if you scroll down, look around and see if you can find one that you like. And then once you have found one, go ahead and click it, and then you can click select class theme, and it will change it for you. All right, now this is the stream. This is the main page that your students will see. This is where you'll do all your communication with your students. Your students will see announcements and assignments here. So this is going to be the main page that your students will come to. You're probably wondering, well, how will my students see this? How will I get them to join this class? There are two ways that your students can join your Google Classroom. One way is through the People tab at the top. So if you click on People, and under Students, there's a little person with a plus that says Invite Students. If you click on this, you could invite your students by typing in their name or email and then sending them an invitation. Now, another way to invite your students would be to go back to your stream, and up here at the top, there's a button that says About. If you click on that, it will tell you your class code. If you click the display option, it will make your class code very large. Your students could type the class code in on their Google Classroom page under Join a Class. So your students have two ways to join your classroom. All right, after your students have joined your classroom, you definitely want to welcome them. On the stream page, you can post something for your class right here at the top. So you might want to post a welcome message that you could share with your students. So you're going to type in your message. You could also include a file, a Google Drive file, a YouTube video, or a website to attach as well. And then you have the option of posting. You could post right now at this moment, or you could post and schedule it for later or save it as a draft. Let's go ahead and post this now. All right, and now it's posting, and then your students will be able to see this in real time. So there it is right there, and your students would be able to see it. All right, now that we know how we could invite our students and post some messages for them, let's look and see how we can add some classwork for them. Let's go to the Classwork tab at the top, and this is where you're going to assign work for your students. So if you go to the Create button, you have some options. You could create an assignment, a question, a material, or reuse a post. Today we're going to focus on assignments and questions. So let's do an assignment first. Click on Assignment, and this is going to be your assignment that you will upload for your students. You'll need to give it a title. I'm just going to choose Assignment 1 to keep it simple. Instructions you may want to include. I'm just going to say follow the instructions in the file. Then you have points. You may want to change the amount of points that this is worth. For a due date, you'll want your students to know when it's due. And then possibly even a time. Remember, this is all online. So students have the options of working on these assignments anytime during the day. So you may want to include a time. And then you could attach a file, a Google Drive file, a YouTube video, or a website. Let's attach a file to this. So what I'm going to do is take from my desktop and just drag the file right there and then click Upload. This will upload the file so that my students can see it. All right, when I'm ready, I have some options. I can assign it now, I can schedule it for later, or save it. For now, let me just assign it. And now my students will see this right now in real time. All right, so there's my assignment 1. Now let me show you how to create a question. Again, you're going to go to Create, click on Question, and now you're going to have the opportunity to create a question to share with your students in real time. So first you need to type in your question. You might ask, what do you know about technology? Instructions you might include if you need them. Then you'll give this points and also a due date so that they'll know when they need to complete it by. And again, the time probably is important. Then you could either choose a short answer or multiple choice. For this question, let's go with short answer. And then this is something very important right here. This is something I always leave available for my students. It says students can reply to each other. I think that this is important so that students are able to interact and discuss with their peers. Again, though, you'll want to monitor this to make sure that students are interacting appropriately. All right, then when you're ready, you again have a choice. You can ask the question now, schedule it for later, or save it as a draft. Let's ask it now. All right, and then our question will appear. Let's go back and let's look at the stream to see how this will look for our students. So on the stream, if you look right here, you can see that there's the question in which students could click on it and answer, and then here's the assignment that students can click on and then work on. All right, this will get you started with your Google Classroom. If you have any other questions, please feel free to contact me.